Heiserer here live up at Flowery Branch. You guys know this man. This is Coach Mike Smith, head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, and coach, tough overtime loss to New Orleans last week.
Now, the Orangemen, of course, known for their 2-3 zone. They're extremely athletic. They're extremely long. They play the passing lanes. This game is going to be who can control tempo.
That looked like a dominant defense in the NFL. I mean, you guys seem to be playing with that swagger.
L.A., a team with a ton of talent. I mean, you look at the top of the order, Chris. You get Crawford. You got Gonzalez. You got Kemp. You got all this star power.
And also Vanderbilt gets out to a good start, 2-0, as they take care of UConn up in Nashville. Commodores sitting at 2-0. It would have been real easy for this team to tuck its tail in between its legs and not respond. It's been the exact opposite.
He's finally healthy for a change after that shoulder surgery. Couple home runs, couple days. If he continues to have this kind of year, somebody's going to break the bank for him.
All the Falcons fans tonight obviously got to see what Julio could do, but I think a lot of guys forgot just how special Harry Douglas can be, and he really does. I mean, going back to last year, he looks to be 110%.
Two other things. Cam Newton, sophomore slump, over with. Numbers tell you third year you do better. Oh, by the way, you got a back-to-back where you got to play New Orleans on a Thursday night after Tampa on a Sunday. Have fun with that one, boys.
Once again here, the final from Bobby Dodd, 31-17 Georgia Bulldogs. And that young man that just ran by me, number 11, Aaron Murray, what he's done in his short time here at Georgia, turning this program around, nothing short of outstanding. 10 in a row now for the Georgia Bulldogs, and we know what's coming up next week. That's a 4 o'clock kickoff. You'll see it right here on CBS as the Georgia Bulldogs take on the SEC West champions and number 1 team in the country, the LSU Tigers. For CBS Sports Line Atlanta, powered by 790 The Zone, I'm Hans Heiserer.
All right, welcome back. It is time for a little football on Fast Forward, and Falcon Saints not the only game going on today. We got some other games we want to take a look at, starting off with the Houston Texans at our NFC South divisional rival, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do you got on that?
I think the Bucs are in trouble. I know they're home today, but I think the Texans get it done. Great defense with the Texans. Matt Schaub starting to play real well. I like the Texans.
Schaub, a good guy, easy to root for. Albert Hainsworth making his debut as well today. How about an NFC North showdown between the Lions and the Bears?
Well, I like the Bears at home. They put it on Philadelphia last week, and I think they get it done at home against the Lions. The Lions are a little banged up, and I think the Bears win fairly handily today in Soldier Field.
I agree. Chicago having a great year. Detroit has not been the same since they lost Job at best. Interesting matchup today. A lot of people picking the Bengals in this one. Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. Crazy weather going to be involved in this game.
I'm one of them. I'm picking the Bengals. This is my upset special of the week. I think Pittsburgh's arrow's down, and I like the Bengals. I would normally never say that, but they're playing better football right now. I like the Bengals.
40-mile-an-hour gusts. That's how you like to kick in, right?
Tough. I like to be in the dome when it's like that.
How about the story of the year so far, I think, in the NFL, other than what Green Bay's doing? San Francisco 49ers. I don't know that a coach can make that big a difference, but he sure seems to be. A great matchup today with Eli Manning and the Giants.
Yeah, Eli's playing really good football, but they are going on a long road trip to the West Coast. And I like the 49ers in this one. They can run the football, and they've shored up their quarterback's play. I like the Niners at home.
I just think they're due to lose a game. They're 7-1. Speaking about due, how about due to win a game? New England at the Jets. Jets playing well as of late. Sanchez hasn't done anything too stupid to cost them a game. Tom Brady hasn't been the same. A lot of people think maybe he's dinged up. He's got a sore elbow.
Well, something's going on up there. Wes Welker's having a great year with the Patriots. He's all world right now. But I like the Jets at home against the Pats.
I like the Jets with you as well. All right, when we get back, we'll check in on that jambalaya, see how that turned out. That's coming up straight ahead next on Game Day Live. Hey, welcome back to the Moe's SEC Preview Show. The Alabama Crimson Tide, they come in at 5-0, number 3 in the country. Tomorrow's homecoming. Doesn't Vanderbilt play homecoming every week?
Some pressure.
James Franklin, by the way, great interview on 790 The Zone this week, the head coach of the Commodores. He's got Vandy playing some good football. They come in at 3-1, but this isn't what the doctor ordered. A trip to Tuscaloosa, Alabama clicking on all cylinders. You see him last week. Another defensive touchdown as they just continue to find ways to put the ball in the end zone. Here you see Trent Richardson taking it to the house. And this is at the end of the game. You know it's coming, and you still can't stop it. Anyway, Alabama tomorrow, homecoming. 2 more tune-ups. They'll head to Ole Miss next week. Tennessee the following week before that November 5th matchup with LSU that everybody has circled. All right, let's take a look at some of the other games. Mississippi State, after dropping 3 in a row, they head on to take on UAB, who's 0-4. Kentucky, they take on South Carolina. Again, Connor Shaw getting the start in Columbia at quarterback. Georgia at Tennessee. This is going to be a make-or-break game for the Dogs. Have to find a way to get this road win tomorrow to get back in the thick of things in the SEC East. It's there for the taking. Auburn at Arkansas, a rematch of last year's crazy 63-45 game. Arkansas playing with a lot of confidence right now. And then the Vanderbilt-Alabama game, that's a 7 o'clock kick as well. There's another team in town, and that's the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. They continue their winning ways. Last week, a road trip up to Raleigh. You see a little trickeration there, fake punt by the Yellow Jackets early on in this one to set the tone. Georgia Tech would go on to win this game 45-35. Now, Paul Johnson, he's still trying to figure out, trying to get more consistency from his team in all aspects. Tevin Washington, this was not his best effort. Out of the 5 games they've played this year, missed on a lot of open guys, some inconsistent plays in the option game. Nevertheless, they found a way to get the win. They're 5-0. This week, it's the Maryland Terrapins. Which Maryland team are we going to get? The team that beat Miami, the team that almost beat West Virginia? Let's hear from Paul Johnson about the Terrapins.
Well, they've got a lot of guys back off the team that won 9 games a year ago, and the quarterback was the Rookie of the Year in the ACC a year ago. He's a very talented guy. They played West Virginia, who's a very good team, and I think Temple, who's very underrated. So it's really hard to get a beat on where they are. I know this. I know they're 1-0 in the ACC, and I know they beat Miami, which we've struggled to do. You know, I expect that they'll be a high-caliber opponent when they come in here.
That's a nooner. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 3:30 CBS, the Florida Gators at the LSU Tigers.